if you guys can hear me, clap once. Can you hear me? Clap twice. All right, let's go. Welcome to today's team meeting. There's a picture of us on our hike last week. We'll have more. We're celebrating our 24th anniversary today.
Yay.
We've been in the Fremont office has been in the business for 24 years, right, Steve?
Wow. Yeah. Steve has launched this office.
Steve has been here for 24 years.
He launched this office.
He launched this office.
Thank you, Steve.
You launched this office.
Yeah, Steve launched this office. May celebrations. We have May babies this week. I mean this month.
Lucien's birthday is today.
Oh,
Let's wish Lucien.
it's today.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Today's your birthday?
And guess what? She's so dedicated. She's here today on her birthday. So if you see any of these people bump into them, please wish them a happy birthday this month. Abby's birthday, Natasha, Chang. Oh, Chang. I saw him last week.
Is it May 8th? Yeah.
Natasha's May 8th. Yeah.
Hershey's is May 6th.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow is mine.
Tomorrow is her birthday.
I'm not here tomorrow.
So happy work anniversary.
I'm going to train for a
Yeah, we're gonna be out for training together. And then she always work on all of this. She never puts herself in any of these things.
You always see.
So Capisha's been here for 9 years, Teresa 9 years, Bamal 7, Mark 3, Aman 1 year, Farhan, and Varun 1 year.
No.
So we went on a hike on Friday. We're trying to make this a regular thing. So once a month, we're gonna pick a hiking spot, and it's a very casual hike where, you know, we could talk about life, we talked about business, we have agents from outside joining us as well, of all different production levels. So it's a great, fun way to not only network, but also just build relationships in general. Last week I introduced cash model to everyone. So today I want to specifically talk about the H in the cash model, and that is habit. The reason why is there's a saying that you cannot develop skills unless you developed your habits first. So, and there's a reason for our next guest that will be speaking with us, because she had perfected, I would say, the habit portion of it, and it definitely shows through her work. So before you work on anything else through the cash model, of course, you have the knowledge from Stephen. You're coming to all of Stephen's classes for the knowledge
everyone.
portion. Everyone. The next one to really focus on is the habit, because it doesn't matter how much you learn, if you don't put them into action, your skills will not get developed. Okay, we could practice all we want, we can sit in a classroom and learn everything that we can. Your skills can only be developed through the habits, which is lead generating, talking to people, going on the appointments, meeting people in general, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't know what to say. You have your knowledge in your head, but you don't know how to bring it out. So go out there, develop the habit, and if you make a mistake, it's okay. There's always a next one.
Tina, can you ask who was not here last week
Oh, who's not here last week?
for the team meeting? Because these guys need to know what is cash
Oh,
model.
yeah, okay. So Harshita's gonna pass the form to everybody that was not here last week to fill out your cash model.
And I make a copy and print. Thank you.
Next, we're gonna welcome Radhika.
Like, oh,
Here.
Should I bring one more for you? Like,
It's okay. Come on up here. Don't be shy.
I feel like very.
drum rolls.
Oh gosh.
So I asked Radhika to be part of our meeting today because, like many of you, she is quite new in the industry. Wouldn't you say?
It's like 7 months ago.
7 months.
7 months, yeah.
7 months in the industry. So and you know the journey is very different for everyone, and I wanted her to kind of share her experience and what worked, what didn't work. So you started 7 months ago. How did you feel in the beginning?
I came to the first class and I was like, I don't think this is for me. Like, I'm never gonna find a client who's gonna work with me. And yeah, so I was very like, this is just, I was like questioning my whole decision of like whether I should be in real estate or
I
not.
terrified her.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, and the first couple of months, let's just say the first 3 or 4 months, you know, as you're going through the training, as you're, you know, checking off your to-do list, hosting open houses, what were you thinking during that time?
So it was so funny. I closed my first deal within 3 months of starting. So it was like, you know, the first 2 months I was like, okay, nothing's happening. I keep calling people keep hanging up on me. And like, I keep trying to reach out to my sphere and everyone's like, we're not interested. And I would keep calling Pat, my mentor, and I would keep complaining. And I'm like, Pat, I keep calling people and like nobody wants to buy and people keep saying they want to put off their plans. And she's like, just keep calling them. That's buyers. Just keep calling them. And so after I got like my first BRBC signed and I closed my first deal, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can keep calling more people. And yeah, so that was kind of like the little kickoff, I think. It was
Okay.
like, yeah.
And
Yeah.
how long did, you know, during this whole time until you got to your first client, what was the struggle that you had?
I think it was mostly like I thought I had like a decent sphere, but everybody that I was calling either already owned a home or just didn't respond to me. And I felt like I had nobody else to call. So then like I started doing open houses, and I think I've talked about this with everyone, is like you do open houses and then you know, you would meet people and everything seemed really great, and then they would never get back to you. Or they would never like respond, or you would like message them afterwards and say, hey, you know, it was really nice meeting you, you know, let me know if I can send you some listings or if we can set up an appointment, and then they would just disappear. So I felt like, yeah, I felt like I had no one. I was like, I closed one deal and how am I gonna survive? And I was like, I have nobody. I felt like I needed to go get like another job.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and then from that first deal, how long did it take for the second one?
So the week that I had like my first closing, I was like, okay, this one's gonna close and I have nothing. I was telling Pat, I was like, I have nothing. I have like an empty pipeline. And I literally then picked up the phone one day. It was like 9:30 in the morning, and I remember from 9:30 to 3:30, I did nothing but make phone calls. I literally sat there for 6 hours. I didn't even like take a lunch break, and I called like 320 people or something like that in like the next few days. And out of those, like half the people like never responded to me. They like never got back, but one person did. One person out of like that 3 something, like
calls. Okay,
right.
one person.
So one person was ready to, you know, like get an appointment and sign like a BRBC, and I started showing her and her husband houses, and they were the most difficult buyers I've ever worked with. They were the most difficult people Pat has ever seen with. And a month later, well, no, like 2.5 months later, we got them into contract and we found their home. So that was
from beginning to that time.
yeah. So that was
you
about
had
4
one
months in,
closing,
4.5
so
months
about
in.
4.5 to 5
Well, yeah,
months in.
4.5 to 5 months in. And then I just kept following up with other people in my sphere, and I just kept following up because with them I kept telling Pat, I was like, they're never gonna close, Pat, like they don't like any house, you know, like they kept getting outbid, and I was like, they're never gonna close and I'm gonna lose them and all this is gonna be like a waste, and it wasn't, because they did find a house finally. And then I just kept reaching out and I kept reaching out to the same people, and some people got back to me saying, oh hey, you know what, like we missed your call a couple weeks ago, but like now we're interested. And then out of that it was just like deal 3, 4, 5, 6, and it was just like super, it just kept going, yeah.
So do you think your business would have taken off if you haven't developed the habit of actually calling those people and being basically relentless of continually calling them, even though they're not responding to you?
Yeah, no, not at all. It's so funny. Like now I was telling Tina, I lead gen every single day. I don't take a day off. I lead gen every single day. I go into my phone and I have the 300 and something contacts, and I call people every single day. Sometimes I call them again and again and again. And I'm sure some people have probably blocked me by now, but whatever, it doesn't bother me anymore. I don't take a day off because it literally took me all those 300 and something phone calls to get like 7 transactions, which is like nothing, it felt like. So I was like, I keep calling them and I keep following up and I keep expanding my sphere and I keep going to like my sphere and I don't ever not lead gen.
Some of these closings, were they referrals from your spheres or?
one was from an open house,
Okay,
but everybody else was just through my sphere.
just through
My sphere, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
remember we talked about it before in the past, your number one, highest closing is gonna come out of your sphere. And then the second one is open house.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so if you focus on just those two, you should get something.
Yeah, and it's so funny, like, I think one thing I would say is, like, the people who ended up, like, choosing me or ended up, like, buying with me, it was because, like, I had talked to them months ago or years ago, something, like, not even related to real estate. Like, the one that I just closed 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago, their daughter and my daughter were in the same daycare. And they were about to start and we were already there. And they had a question about that daycare and, like, our experience and whatever. And I had, like, helped her out and I didn't even really remember. It was in, like, 2024. And, like, when I got into real estate, like, she was in my phone. I reached back out to her. And then they were going to buy a house. And, like, they reached back out to me. And she's like, after we closed, she's like, you know, we actually worked with you because you had, like, helped us out so much when we had questions about the daycare. And we felt like you were super helpful. So we thought maybe you'd be able to help us again. So it was like, it had nothing to do with real estate. I just, like, was super helpful at that time. And somewhere along the way, like, they remembered that. So, yeah.
Did you, getting into this in
Yeah.
the beginning, did you think you had a decent database for spheres?
I had, like, a decent database, but I definitely, like, I think I had more, like, I would listen to, like, a lot of, like, Steve Pierce talking in a lot of these, and, you know, he'd say, like, you know, you have your doctor and your dentist, and I'd be like, no, like, I'm not gonna call those people, and, like, I do now, call everyone, but yeah, I mean, I did have a decent database, like, my daughter goes to school, you know, I have, like, a mom's group, but I still went, like, beyond that group.
Right,
and
but
beyond-
then through that database, are those people that you regularly meet up with, that you would say, oh, they're like my friends that I could talk to on a
Oh,
regular basis?
Gosh,
Or
no.
how often would you say that prior to being in real estate, that you spoke to them? Majority of them, okay? I know there's always
Yeah.
a good handful of friends that we talk on a regular basis,
Yeah.
but out of majority of them, how often do you think you talk to them prior to being in real estate?
I only talk to them, like, maybe once or twice a year at, like, events or something like that, but
Or you
what
happen to bump into them?
Right, exactly. But, like, when it was time for lead gen, I was like, first I was so scared to call them, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna call them. I'm just gonna call them. Like, let's just see what happens. They might say no, and, like, obviously, had, like, all 300 of them said yes, I would have been a lot further along. But I was like, it's okay. I'm just gonna try. If they say yes, they say yes. If they don't, whatever. Maybe, like, the time will be right for them in, like, a couple months.
And are you still calling the same 300 people?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if they said no to me or they didn't reply or a lot of them said, you know, it's not a good time, you know, let's circle back in the summer. I'm not waiting till the summer. I'm calling them now and I'm telling them how, you know, it's a really good time to buy right now. And if they still say no, that's fine. I'll follow up again in a couple weeks.
And I think you were also telling me before that a lot of these buyers that closed are buyers that you actually assumed
Oh yeah.
were never going to close, or they were not interested in working with you. They didn't want to buy real estate.
Yeah, like, it's so funny. I'm working with another buyer right now and we're maybe, like, gonna write an offer. We'll see what happens. But she, like, so it's funny. So she happens to rent in an apartment building near where I live. And I had, like, followed her on Instagram and we had met, like, once or twice at the park. But she's actually really good friends with another realtor. So I never reached out to her because I was like, if she ever buys, she's never going to work with me because, like, she has this realtor friend that, you know, I always see in all her pictures. But I still call her. I was like, I'm just going to call her. Let's
She's
just see
really
what
close
happens.
with that realtor
Right,
friend. Okay.
right. Because, like, yeah, because, I mean, I would see, like, her pictures all the time. And, like, I still called her. And guess what? She signed a BRBC with me and now we're, like, about to write an offer. So she clearly wasn't working with that realtor friend. She was okay to work with me. I never asked her, you know, why she didn't work with that other person, but clearly she's working with me. So
You
yeah.
want to know? I have a feeling of why she didn't. It's probably because the realtor friend assumed that they're friends and she didn't ask for the
I have no idea.
business.
I have no idea. Yeah, I have
That's
no
just
idea.
what they become friends and they just think that because they're my friend, when they're ready, they would just automatically ask me, and I'm not going to reach out. I'm not going to constantly ask them for business. They know I'm in real estate, so I don't need to ask them. And guess
Yeah.
what? Someone else came in and asked them for the business.
Yeah, so I didn't, yeah. The other thing I will say though is honestly, like, because, like, you know, because, like, I'm so new, right, and there were so many things I, like, didn't know, I felt like it was super important to have, like, strong partners. So, like, I would go to Stephanie all the time, or I would, like, refer people over to her. I mean, just because I felt like, you know, like, I wanted to feel like I had, like, the resources for my buyers, and if I didn't have them, I didn't want them to go to, like, another realtor because I couldn't, like, help them. So that was one thing. And that was actually part of Steven's assignment, I remember, in the second week, is building, like, your contact list, and I religiously did that, and I, like, asked everybody in the office, like, oh, you know, like, who do you go to for this, or who do you go to for this, because, like, I wanted to feel like my buyers, like, felt like they had the resources, like, if I couldn't give them the answers, so.
Do you think you have all the knowledge in real estate?
Gosh, no, I still call Pat, like, every week, I'm like, Pat, I have a question, what should I do? No, gosh, no, not at all.
Do you think you needed them before you started working with clients?
No, I thought I did, and I know, like, everyone gets, like, super focused here on, like, attending this class or attending that class, and I felt
Which is
like.
still very important to do.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's super important, but I felt like everything came, like, practically, like, when I actually started writing offers, actually showing houses, and, like, answering difficult questions.
I'm gonna ask all of you, like, when you get into something that you don't know, whatever it is in life, right? You're working on a project, you're for a home, or you need to do some type of paperwork. When you don't know the answer, what do you do?
Just tell them I'll get back to you.
Or if you needed to know the answer for yourself, what do you do?
I research it.
You research it.
Yeah.
So you learn because you had a question that you need to answer, and that is real-time learning. So if this is the reason why I keep going back to habit. She didn't know everything. She started calling everybody, and then once the questions came up, she went and searched for the answers accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of, like, guys, like, use your mentors. I feel like your mentors, I would have never gotten through this without Pat or Steven. Like, use your mentors, you guys. Like, ask your mentors questions. Like, that's what they're there for. So, yeah.
What's your goal for this year?
So, Steven, you know, when I did business planning with you, I said that I wanted to close 5 transactions in my first year. And after the first 2 months, I was like, this is crazy. You know what? I was like, I'm only going to close 1. Okay, well, I've closed 6 and almost about to close 7. So now I think I want to close 10. I think I can do another 3 before I reach
Let's see.
September. Maybe more. We'll see. Yeah. So we'll see. And I want to get a listing. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but we'll see. I
It's
want to
gonna
get a
happen.
listing. I'm
gonna
targeting.
happen.
I want to get a listing. Yeah.
And you've never done a listing before, right?
No.
And how did you get this client?
I'm actually helping them to find a house. They're
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're actually one of my neighbors. They initially were gonna rent out their house and then just buy. So we were only focused on buying, and then with the way that the market was, they're like, maybe can we talk about selling? So
How did you reach out to your, like your neighbor, or like what was the conversation?
I just call them up and I'm like, hey, have you, I just directly ask them, I'm like, hey, you know what, you guys know I'm in real estate now, like, are you guys by any chance looking to buy or sell, thought about upgrading your house, thought about, finding some bigger space. And honestly, you guys, you'd be surprised how many people are like, I've actually thought about it, but like, I've never done anything about it. And I'm like, great, let's do it now. Let's have that conversation.
Have you had anybody that was just flat out rude to you?
Oh yeah, all the time. People are like, no, I'm not interested. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Doesn't like,
And
yeah.
then do you continue to call them?
I still call them. Maybe I don't call them at like the regular cadence of like every 2 weeks. Maybe I call them like every 2 months now, but I still call them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then has anyone that has ghosted you all of a sudden came back?
Yes, one person did that to me. I thought I like totally lost someone because I felt like totally ghosted, and that was the one that I closed like 2 weeks ago. And then they called me and they're like, we went to an open house, we saw a house, we're ready, we want to write the offer. And in my head I was like, I thought they ghosted me, but they didn't. So yeah.
And they never responded to anything?
I showed them a house and then they totally went, they totally ghosted me. We had signed like a property share agreement, but not like a BRBC. And I was like, oh, I've lost them. They're probably going somewhere else. And they're like, hey, we saw a house. We love the house. We're ready to sign the BRBC. Can we just like do this today? And they literally it was like Saturday, Sunday. They got into contract on Monday. So it was super, yeah.
Have you practiced any of the conversations that you want to talk to these people prior to calling?
I would like sometimes listen on, do like role play like in the class, but I didn't do like a ton of scripts, although I feel like scripts make me nervous because I feel like I'm afraid of like forgetting to say something or whatever. For me, it was like I tried to keep it pretty natural. Yeah.
Do you, anybody have questions for her? Because this is a good time to ask.
I think what I have run into is basically, have you had any of your clients ask for discounts or something like that? And that's the main thing. That
Yeah.
gets all of us.
I mean, I have, but I think if you are able to like prove your value, and you know what, like to be honest, it was funny. Like my first set of clients, I think everybody here knows like how difficult they were, and they wanted me to pay for like all their closing costs, and I was like, oh, my closing costs, like I'm in PC, like what am I gonna give you? But you know what is like maybe they won't refer me to someone else, but like I couldn't do it, I didn't do it. They were still happy with me. Maybe like they won't refer me, but it's okay, like.
I just got
And
this
did you ever
new
feel
bag
like,
from Tech.
and did you ever feel like this somebody like there's a client that you won't work with them again, or like just because of experience or the hardship. Sometimes you get those things, but I don't know if you dealt with anybody that's like.
I
that
think I feel like sometimes I would tell Pat about like my clients, and she used to be like, "That's terrible," and I used to be like, "It's okay, Pat." And sometimes Pat would be like, "This is so bad. I can't believe this." And like, "It's okay, Pat." So it's funny. Like in that moment, I'd be like, "Oh God, this is so annoying." But honestly, no. Like I work with them again. It's okay. It was a good experience for me. There's different kinds of people. You just learn to kind of like brush it off, I guess. Yeah.
I'm gonna chime in a little bit about the people asking for credit. Okay?
Yeah.
I think in a lot of, we have a lot of common cultural things, right? So same thing with my culture, people ask for credits. However, I have noticed some people are gonna be strict about it, that's what they're looking for, and that's not the value that you're offering. Maybe that's the value that they seek, and it's okay. But for the most part, a lot of them are asking simply because they feel like that's what they're supposed to do. So even if you say no, they were still going to work with you anyway because you have already developed a relationship. It's more of one of those due diligence thing that they need to ask to check off of their list because they feel like if they don't ask, maybe they missed out on something. Okay, so don't think that just because they're asking for a credit or asking for a discount that you have to give it to them.
I was gonna say that, depending on how fiercely they push back,
Yeah.
it's always nice to give, if someone asks for a mile, which I think asking for rebates is, what if you give them an inch? What if you give them an inch to make them feel okay when you're giving them the hard no?
Right.
Like maybe, I don't know, $250 credit towards their home warranty or something.
I have done, like, for some of my buyers who have asked me for rebates, like, I've never given them, like, cash, but I've said, like, okay, you know what, like, I'll give you, like, maybe, like, like $1,000, like a $500 gift card, like, as, like, a housewarming gift, right? So it's not, like, hard cash under the table, but it's, like, something they can use to, like, buy something or whatever.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised at how happy people feel just for you to give in a little thing. Like even like, I'll get your home cleaned up for you. Like I'll hire
Yeah,
a
I've
professional
offered that.
cleaner. That's
I
like
just
what,
offered that,
$450,
Yeah.
right, for them to move in right
I
away.
just offered that to someone, yeah.
And things like that makes them happy.
Yeah.
So people ask, don't take offense of it. Because again, it is a cultural thing,
Yeah.
right? And most of them just need to ask. That's it. Just to cross it off of their list.
What is the gift card limit? Because I read somewhere that there is a limit, and if it's that amount that you just talked about, it should go through the escrow.
You should talk to your tax accountant, because I talked to mine before I did everything, so yeah, I don't wanna get into that, yeah.
There's no limit as to what you give your client directly. You're thinking of RESPA, paying a third party for referral. There you can't, under RESPA, you can't pay someone for a referral if they're unlicensed. The transaction's gonna fall under RESPA.
Yeah.
You can give any kind of gift you want directly to your client. That's not a payment for referral. That's a direct gift to a client.
Still talk to your CPA.
Yeah, still talk to your
Yeah, talk to
CPA
your
because there's
CPA,
more
yeah.
rules about what you can write off,
Yeah.
not necessarily what you
Different
can't.
than paying a referral
Yeah.
fee, okay? Now, the tax deduction is a different
It's
issue.
a different
Yeah.
issue, yeah, because we
Okay.
cannot deduct
The-
much.
The gift the limit for deducting a gift is $25. But you can give a client any amount you want as a gift. There's no limit. There's a limit under RESPA when it's a referral from a third party, uninsured third party.
Right.
How much are you giving back as a gift card? I didn't hear that.
Oh, I'm not giving it back to everyone. I've given it to like one person who's asked. I gave them like $500.
It's
but yeah,
only when
never-
it's
yeah.
come to case by case. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want it to be making it
Right,
as
it's not
like
a
this is
policy.
your
I don't
regular
advertise, no,
thing that
yeah.
you do for everybody, right? You want to show your value, but sometimes, if there's a little pushback, you give something small that would make them happy.
I've
We
also
assume the number is always big, but it's really not.
No, and it's funny, like, for someone that I just closed, like, they did ask me about a rebate, but, like, yeah, I mean, they were, like, super nice about it, and I was like, you know what, I was like, I don't do, like, rebates or, like, cashback, but, I was like, since you guys are buying, like, I mean, a resale home, I said I'd be happy to, get, like, my cleaners over and get, like, your house deep clean before you guys
Exactly.
move in.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
That's what I did, yeah.
And
And they were super happy.
The commission to be the same 2.5%.
I'm sorry?
You keep all your commissions?
Yeah. Yeah, I know Steven says I should try to push for 3, but I'm not there yet. 2.5, yeah, I know.
You have a room to negotiate. If you start at 3, you can go down. If you
Yeah.
start 2.5, you hit up the broker limit.
People tend to want to feel like they got something. They want to feel special. Okay. I mean, that's why people went to Redfin, for example, in the past, were giving away credit, right? And you would think that they're giving away a lot. And me as a listing agent says, sometimes I see those closing statement. It's like $1,000-something at most that I've seen so far. They're not giving away much. And even nowadays, they stopped all of that altogether. Okay? So don't think that you have to give credit again.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have,
It's all about communicating value.
Yes.
Ask them.
yes.
When you go to your doctor, do you ask your doctor for a discount?
I just said that. Did I not say that an hour ago?
No, and I didn't hear you.
No, I know, it's just funny.
You ask your dentist for a discount. You ask any other professional for a discount. The answer is usually no. Well, why are we any different?
And I'm gonna give you guys an example. I just bought a dress for my daughter this weekend for the bridal dress. You know, they're like $6,000-7,000.
Oh,
And the
okay.
lady didn't even wanna give us like a 10% discount, and when, you know, you ask, is there any better pricing? They're like, nope, this is the price, this is what the designer charged, and this is what you're gonna pay. Cut to cut, no discounts.
You still bought it, right?
We had to. She loved it. We
When
had
you,
to buy
when,
it.
when you want something, you want something. It's the
Exactly.
same thing with like agents. When they want to work with you and they see value with you, they're gonna be too afraid to go to somebody else because now you actually stood your ground, and they feel like I don't want to lose her because I'm gonna have if I go to somebody else who easily gave me something, maybe they don't give the same value as her.
Not to belabor the point, the problem we have in our industry is that people look at us as a commodity.
Mhm.
Yes.
A car is a commodity. So you can go in and negotiate on that, the price of that car. We're not a commodity. We are a human being, a professional that offers a service and we have a value. And with that comes a fee that we expect for that service.
The contract literally says that it's negotiable.
Yeah, it is.
It's negotiable. And in negotiations, you can say no.
You can say no. It's negotiable if you set how far you're willing to
Still
go.
hold firm to your fee. It's up to them whether they want to agree or not.
So, one last point, and then if you guys have any questions, we do have to hop on another session with Prakasa. I just want to make a point that when people ask me for discounts or and I say no, and they said, oh, well, so-and-so gives X amount, and I respond with, oh yes, but everybody delivers different value, and perhaps that is the value that they can bring to you. What is the value that you're looking for?
Oh, that's good.
And can I just say something, guys? I just did a transaction with an agent, with a listing agent who I think charges something super low. I'm not even gonna try to speculate, and I had to do all the work. Remember, I was telling you, I had to do all the work in that escrow period. So I'm just telling you, like, someone charges less, they're not doing much. So, yeah, so.
So last week I lost one contract because other agent is giving very low commission.
And maybe that for that client or for that lead, that's the value that they care for. But it doesn't mean that you have to.
So she was saying, we always give low commission, I always take low commission, she was saying.
Okay. Then
I said, okay.
sometimes you just have to let it go, and it's okay. Because the thing is with, if you decide to give out a lot, then the next client's gonna ask, it makes it into a habit of giving out discount. And then you start feeling like, oh, I have a good client who didn't ask me for something, and you start feeling guilty. Because now the troubled client are the ones that's gonna not only take up your time, you're gonna make the least amount of money, and then the good clients are not gonna ask you for anything. Now you're gonna start to lower your standard because of guilt, and you don't wanna do that.
But it becomes very difficult when your buyer likes that house so much, and that they're asking for low commission, it's like very complicated.
What's more important to them? Like, is it the low commission or them getting a good price for the house?
And like I used to tell my buyers, like it's all bundled into the price anyways. Like I mean, if the seller's paying the commission, right? Like it's all.
Well, we asked the
Yeah,
seller for
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they can pay your commission. That's
Or
what
they
I
can
told
pay
someone
your
else. They
commission
can
too,
pay the
yeah.
commission. Yeah.
I asked my clients all cash, then they pay because it's the same, it comes out of the same bucket and then they get to lower their property taxes.
Yeah.
So,
So basically, I want to think, I don't know if you guys had one, I did have an incident where someone from my sphere just flat out gave me a flat rate, this is what they're gonna pay me, because they actually wanted to get out more to the seller agent, so they can get the house and have a better, deal of getting the house, and I had to walk away from them.
Well,
So,
did they go through a buyer consultation where you explained to them how does that actually work? Because the
No.
seller agent already signed the commission agreement, it's not like they could just change it to up their fee without the seller to agree to it.
Right, this was the beginning of when I got my real estate license, so I made a mistake of walking away, but, it's just that because they just flat out just said, this is what I'm gonna offer you, and that's it, and, you know, they know me and everything, you know, but the thing is, like, they didn't understand the fact that there's other options that are given, I think. Sometimes it's best to walk, cause then I realized that would've been a hard client
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, 15 years in the industry, and I have definitely taken deals that I should not have. Okay, and you learn from it, and you go back, and you're like, if I were to do that again, I would have said no 1,000 times, because not only are they sucking up your time, you have missed out on other opportunities that could have been there. So I learned to say no, and you guys should learn to do that early and not make the same mistakes that I've done.
Great.
Anybody have questions while we wait?
Yeah, I just have one question, like, the database you said that you have 200 or
Mhm.
X number. So do you know them, like, face to face, or you just, doesn't matter if you know them, or you just make a call and tell, hey, you know what, I'm a realtor and I'm doing this?
Yeah, so some of them were like directly from my sphere, like friends of friends, people I had met at whatever. But I started doing the thing that Steven said, where it was like if I met someone like at the park or in like my neighborhood and like I didn't have their contact, I would just be like, hey, like, can I get your phone number? And I would pull out my phone, exactly what you said, and I would type it out. So there was no way that they could say no. Sometimes they'd say no, and I'm like, okay, well, I'd be like, hey, you know, I'd be like, do you have an email address? There's always a way.
Do you even bring your business card? Because I don't even bring my business
No,
card.
I just text it. No, I just text it to people.
Yeah, I don't bring my business cards because people tend to say, give me your business card, because then you put the control in their hands to
Ooh,
call
don't even
you.
take them.
I
Yeah.
don't take my business
No.
card, I just say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have my business card, but here, give me your number, I'll text you right now so you have it.
Yeah.
Now you have their phone number,
Yeah.
for sure, and they won't say no to that.
Yeah, because like it's a lot easier like when you have their phone number. Them having yours is nothing.
Yeah.
They're not gonna call you. I mean, they might, but they're not gonna call you. Yeah. So.
Okay,
Cool,
so
thanks.
we're hopping on, and if anybody have questions for you, are you available to chat?
Yeah. Of course, I'll stick around for the lunch. Yeah. I'll be right. Yeah.
It's Danny Kyle.
All right, is it my turn?
It's your turn, Danielle, now.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Danielle Kyle. I'm client services for Procasa, Client Success. Raquel is normally the person who does the marketing minute, but I get to have the privilege of speaking to you all today. So thanks for having me. And just really quickly, I have a couple exciting things to show you all. And by the way, in case you haven't heard of Procasa, I know we're new to your market center. We are your marketing service. Think of us like that marketing person who's, you know, just part of your leadership team. And we do marketing designs for you for the assets that you need, whether it's to market yourselves, maybe it's a flyer you want to hand out when you're door knocking, how to work with buyers or sellers, buyer roadmap, seller roadmap, or maybe it's to promote a listing. And there are tons of other different resources, designs that you can pick from as well, including, that's what I'm announcing today, our May assets, which are available. You should have received an email about these May assets. So these are now available through the request platform. You can come on in here and click this banner at the top. And these are all included in what your market center is providing for you. So all of these designs are included. So you can come here to this page, select your office. and then include any notes. And what this includes, let me tell you exactly how many it includes. Give me just one moment. It's a lot of materials. You're going to place this one single request for your May assets, and you get 12 different postcard designs to choose from that are all completed, like they have your face, your name, your contact info on them. You get 5 pop-by tags, a 3-page newsletter, 25 social media posts, and 25 different social media stories. You don't have to use all of them, but you're going to place your request. You get the whole suite of materials with your contact information, your compliance information, your headshot, all of that gets delivered to your email inbox. So definitely come on in here to the request platform if you haven't been here before. And if you're looking for a link to this, you should have received several emails from our team by now, and even your team with the links. But if you want to write this down, procasa.tech/product-page, and that should take you to the request platform with all the different materials that you can request that or actually, I'm sorry, here's the link you would go to. So procasa.tech/category/all-products. So you can also reach out to myself or your account manager, Roma. So if you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out. My last announcement, besides our May marketing suite being available, is our upcoming workshop. So on the 20th, May 20th at 1 p.m., we have a marketing workshop for you all. So neighborhood expertise, positioning yourself as the local expert. Raquel will be teaching this workshop. You can go ahead and take a picture of this slide, or you can, I believe you can scan this and then add it to your calendar. So that's our upcoming workshop this month. We'll be hosting one 30-minute workshop for you all to add you some great value and teach you different best practices in marketing every single month. So that's the Marketing Minute for today. Thank you guys so much for having me. Really appreciate you all, and what a privilege that I get to do today. Yeah, sure.
If you're not able to attend that workshop, will that be recorded?
So I don't believe it will be recorded, but I can double check and we can get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Denny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Arshita. Bye.
Bye.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye. Okay, we just have a few slides to go over, and then we're gonna have lunch, because lunch is provided today by Rima.
Awesome. Rima's awesome.
So this is for
Where's
the
Rima?
May marketing QR code. You just have to.
Danielle is gonna have a baby in about a week.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
about a week. Yeah.
Yes,
Who?
I was
Danielle.
surprised to
Danny.
see her.
Denny,
Wow.
yeah.
So yeah.
You guys all got the QR code?
No. Oh, I got it now. Say what?
All right.
That Danielle that we-
Today's Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, and we have lunch sponsored by Rima. Is Stephanie here? Thank you. I'm closing a deal with Stephanie, and she's been great. And my client was shopping around for rates, but she gave the best option for them. This Thursday at TCMC, Carl is going to be on the top panelist at TCMC.
Wow.
So I would love for all of you, if you're available that day, to come and support him, okay? But let's all show up for our family. It is at, that's the address right there. It is at the Realty Expert location. Brooke Crossland, who's also a top producer, Lisa, is all top agents there. So they're going to be sharing what they do in their business. But yeah, come and support Carl. And it's this Thursday, 9 o'clock. Disclosures class is going to be Friday at 8. It is going Friday, May 8th from 10 to 1. It's going to be at the Oakland location.
So you might
might be confused because earlier it was RBA class.
Yeah, I told them.
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so they all know.
Yeah,
Okay.
disclosures.
Oh, so this one is, okay, did you want to say something?
After you say about it.
Okay, so I'm excited about this one. This
Me
is
too.
next Monday. We're gonna have a watch party here. Lauren has a lot of AI automation experience, okay? So she will teach you all the tools that she has on how to automate and even follow up with your clients on automation. And that's why it's important for you guys to attend this session. And all the stuff that she teaches, they're not like extremely expensive.
No.
They're very affordable. Just to have if even on Instagram, social media, if people are not responding, it will even send a follow-up message for you.
Okay, so I just last night and this morning listened to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast where they interviewed her. Jason Abrams interviewed her. It was like a 25-minute thing.
She does a lot of business.
It is amazing. Yeah, her team is going to do 300 deals this year. But what really makes her amazing is that she has used the AI tools to create little robots.
Yeah.
AI robots that do things like giving her a daily market report every morning, culled from data online, which is really neat. Pulling all the for sale by owners
Yep.
in a regular
It's
way.
like having your assistant, right?
She also trolls, uses the AI tool robot she created to troll social media to see what the top influencers are talking about to help her develop her Instagram. It's amazing. So as a preview to this, I mean, it's going to be great to meet with her sort of live in person. But as a preview, listen to the MREA podcast from this week. It came out yesterday.
So this will be next Monday.
Very exciting.
12 to 1 here. I don't know if you guys remember, but Michael Putnam is doing a 30 for 30. That is within 30 days, you're gonna get up to speed of getting in contact with 30 people on a daily basis. So this is meeting every week, once a week, starting May 12th on a Friday. It's gonna be via Zoom, and this is for everyone, not just agents. So there's other industry professional that's in on this call. So it's extreme accountability, and we brainstorm, and we basically get to work, right? So if any of you are interested, RSVP here. You can send me a text or Michael, just let us know so that we could get the invitation out to you. And this is not just for agents within here. So there's advisors teams, there's lenders, there is insurance people, there's everything in all industry on there. Because we all have similar goal, right? Like it's lead gen.
This is 1 hour, right? 1 hour.
It's 1 hour once a week, from May 12th to June 19th. Now the meeting time is once a week, but it sets the tone for the entire week. We have to report what we do on a daily basis. I don't know how well you guys know Michael is, when he set this up, it's extreme accountability. He will kick you out if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so you better be ready when you come for this. Our red day, it's gonna be at the Sabercat Historical Park, May 14th, 9:30 to 1 p.m.
So please RSVP.
Oh, sorry.
Please RSVP to that one. So we have lunch, and I have volunteer form because I have to hand it over to City of Fremont. So once you are ready, let me know. I'll give it to you now or later.
And this is great for social media. This is a great reason to reach out to your sphere. Anything is a reason to reach out to your sphere and have a conversation, okay? This is one of them. One of the conversations that I use to reach out to people is when the rates dropped. I'm not a loan agent, but when I have conversations with them, I ask them like, hey, how long ago did you buy? Oh, you had good rates, or you got it at a high rate. Did you want to talk to my loan agent? Maybe you want, I don't know, maybe it's good for you to refinance. But again, I don't get any money out of that, but all it does is I'm being a resource, and I pass it on to the lender. It's a reason to reach out, that's all it is. So it could be anything. They want to hear from you. For those that want to get onto social media and learn about video editing, Eli is teaching that on May 15th here. He's going to drive all the way here from Central Valley, 11 to 1 p.m. If you want to learn about your profit sharing tree, which we don't do a whole lot in this office, but it's something great to get to learn, and how to build that residual income. So Aziz is teaching that. And by the way, I talked to an agent a couple of weeks ago. He received 200,000 through partnership. But of course, you know, that's best case scenario. If you really want to get into it, it could be good. Our next team meeting, we have Patrick Woods coming for the State of the Company and Agent Mastermind. He is our regional director for Keller Williams. And lunch will be provided, so please RSVP here. Steve is hosting the Education Mastermind May 20th from 10 to 11. Did you want to say anything about it, Steve?
Just say come prepared with any needs or challenges you have, and even if you don't have any, show up because you'll learn something from the class.
Yeah. Raquel, that's what she talked about on May 20th from 1 to 1:30. Mega Camp is coming up. It is going to be San Antonio this year from August 17th to the 20th. If you have any plans to come, this is the time to start thinking about it. The tickets are a lot more affordable early on than later. You get to meet a lot of agents from all over, I would say even all over the world, okay? Because I've met like a group from Indonesia. And we communicated via Google Translate.
If you've never been to San Antonio, it is such a cool city.
Yeah.
Oh
It
my
is fun.
gosh.
Got a great river walk. And
Yep, that
Because-
Riverwalk is.
And your goal there is one to learn. There's a lot of ideas that goes around, right? There's just so much. But two, you can meet a lot of agents from all over because people move to the Bay Area a lot. Okay, this is where the job market is, so you want to be there to kind of catch the referral fees. So
I was just gonna say about San Antonio, the reason it's in San Antonio because Austin is building a new convention center in Austin. Normally it's, Mega Camp is in Austin every year, but for the next year or two, it'll be in San
Gonna be
Antonio.
San
So this is a great opportunity for you to visit San Antonio and have a business deduction for going there. It's
yeah, you can have a
really,
vacation
really
tacked
cool
on
place.
and still write it off.
Are you going, Tina?
I'm most likely going, yeah. We should get a huge group of us going. Let me know if you're planning on going. Coming soon, we have Dipti at Patero in Newark. Is she here? Oh. Do you want to talk about that one?
Sure. It's,
How and where?
I think it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I can't.
How did you get this listing?
How did you get the listing?
It's cold call.
Cold call. Do you think you practiced a lot of cold call before you started cold calling?
She's
No.
been practicing for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just call, and then you get better at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This is really great community. It has a small HOA, but a lot of amenities there. Really quiet cul-de-sac area, the houses, and it's coming soon because there's tenants in there right now. So if anybody wants to see it, we would have to get an appointment with the sellers.
Anybody want more information? Talk to Dipti. I'm changing your name to Dipti because there are two Debbies now.
Great.
Just listed by Yang in Los Gatos. She's always on the phone, by the way, so you know she's lead generating.
Till 10 p.m.
Yes, every day, every time I see her. Hans has a new listing that came on in Newark, and Patrick just did the open house for him on Sunday. And I think, Patrick, you mentioned like out of the 6 out of 7 people did not have a realtor.
That is correct.
And they just started their process too, so. Listing in Fremont Lake Mead. Another listing in Fremont Peralta. Wow, pretty Mall, you guys are having a lot of listings. San Rafael.
This is my first listing out of my sphere of influence
Sphere,
in the
okay.
last 5 years. I've
5
never
years.
gotten a single piece of business from my friends or family or whatnot. This is the first one.
Wow.
Wait, all of your closings were outside?
Outside of
Were
family.
you trying to reach out to your spheres at all?
I I gave up.
If you were,
Everybody say here, they just don't support each other.
is it just the wrong
I did all my
time?
business last year.
I know, mine's also.
Just the wrong people.
Could it be that it's just the wrong people for the time that you contacted them, but if you just continue calling, maybe you would have gotten
I
something?
dealt with those, severe for 25 years, they never give business
Oh.
to their.
Don't let that discourage you, because all of my, 90-something% of mine is out of sphere.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
God. This is my 1%.
You wanna share yours?
This is my 1%.
Like 90-something was all from sphere and past clients and past client referrals, so it's more of growing that sphere to be larger and larger and larger. Okay, it's not just, like she has 300 people, right? Radhika has 300 people. It does not mean it's gonna stay 300 people. The people that she does connect with, out of that 300, she's gonna focus on them, and then she's going to get into their sphere, attend their parties. Now she's gonna meet more friends through their parties, and that just keeps growing. Okay?
The last listing was open house client. Guess when I met the client? That was back in 2024.
People, you know, when you meet them to when you actually transact with them, it does not mean that it has to be instant. Okay, it could be years before you actually have a transaction. But if you don't stay on top of them, if you don't continue to have communications with them, they're going to forget about you. I have a listing on East 14th. Again, I think I talked about it last time. This is Sphere. I'll repeat the story again. She bought this house for me, but she is referred to me by her brother who bought 3 homes for me. And her brother was referred to me by my friend and client that I met in college. Now that friend has since then got their license, okay? Her brother and my past client and friend, they're groomsmen, so they're close. They're very close. But their whole family now, including the parents, still do business with me. Okay? And trust me, I did thought that as soon as he got his license, I was like, oh, that's whole sector of clients I'm gonna lose now, because now, you know, they have someone closer to them who had their license, they're not gonna use me anymore. Nope. And that client's still my friend, and still in my, I still call them, I still attend their birthday meetings, and I still meet his sphere to this day, and some of them still contact me. And he's fine with it. You know why? He's a part-time agent. Cherry Glen, Fremont. Teresa's? I don't think she's here now. William Street has Moraga. Lucy has one in Tacoma Common in Fremont. Francis has one in Lucero in Pleasanton. Oh, I think that's the same one. Oh, same one. And then Steve's land listings.
Yeah, I'm talking to the seller about price reduction on all 3 lots. Stay tuned.
So how come we all have to put a comma after our name and Steve doesn't?
That's a good one, yeah. There is a, like, yeah, everybody has to put a comma after their name. Oh, sorry, Steve is a broker associate, that's why, no comma. I got it. Broker associate, no comma. Realtor, yes, comma.
I'm sorry?
What zone is the park?
They are zoned open space.
Open space, okay.
Minimum lot size is 20 acres. All 3 lots are at least 20 acres or more. Not be subdivided.
I know you dropped the price on this last week. How's the traffic?
This is a good price now for Rosemont and Affiliate, $490.
I have noticed, since, you know, I talked to a lot of agents, that this past weekend, it seems like activities they have picked up. Listings has been on the market, they're hosting open houses. The previous weeks has been, you know, just a couple of people walking through, but then this past weekend they have more, all of a sudden. So people are coming out. Lafayette? The one in Fremont? Then Ron has one in Oakland. This is a duet.
Yeah.
That's it for today. And I just want to say